During my high school days, I started going off track. I had friends who were already doing drugs, and I started going around with them, and I started taking drugs, and I got into addiction. And from there, I stopped studying because of my addiction. We always used to have fight in my family. They were even ashamed to go out in public because everyone in my colony, they knew about my addiction. Slowly and slowly, I started smuggling drugs, I started selling drugs, I started going around different parts of India. I bring drugs from there and I started selling here. And I used to party with my friends and I used to tell them that this is life. One day when I was bringing drugs from another state, I was coming back to Nagaland, and on the way, there was checking going on, and they caught me. I tried to run from them, and they stopped me. They told me not to run, but I was just running, and they said like, if you keep running, I'm going to shoot you. So I stopped and I returned back to them. I never thought that I would be caught. They took me to jail, and I was like, when they took me, I was really scared because I have never experienced jail before. So they took me, and when they put me inside the prison, actually someone came behind me and he covered my eyes and he was trying to surprise me. So when I looked back, it was my friend. So I was shocked, and he was like so happy to see me. He welcomed me there, and I felt a bit, relaxed after seeing him inside the prison. Even in the jail, I started doing drugs. The guards, they used to supply drugs to the prisoners. My life was still the same inside the prison. There was a church inside the prison, and every Sunday, the pastors and evangelists, they used to come and they used to have this service. They used to have meeting with the prisoners. And whenever I see missionaries and evangelists, I just don't like them. I hate people working for God during the time. But one day when we were in the prison, in a church service, the pastor was leading us into worship. During that time, I started crying like a baby. I started crying and I broke down. That is the time where I believe it is the Holy Spirit who came and touched my heart. He filled me with His presence. I started crying and repenting of my sin. That day, right after the service, right after the worship service, when I stepped out of the hall, I felt peace in my heart, and I felt so light, just like a feather flowing, From that day, my life started changing. I started loving people. I don't know, I just became kind and I had joy in my heart. I started talking to people kindly. I started loving people, and I started quitting all the drugs and tobaccos and all the stuff that I used to take. One by one, I started quitting all the stuff. I started praying every morning and evening. My sister came to visit me, and she gave me a small Good News Gideon Bible. I never read the Bible before, so she gave me that Bible and I started reading that Bible. I don't understand anything, but I just read. And I keep praying every morning and evening, and my prayer was just one prayer I prayed every day. God, nothing is impossible with you. You can do anything. So Lord, I pray that you take me out of this place. That was my prayer. Every day, morning and evening, I prayed the same prayer. And one day we were just sitting outside, in a ground. We were just chilling in the evening. And during the time, a peon came from the office with a piece of paper looking for me. He was calling my name and like, where is Arambe? Where is Arambe? So my friends came and they called me and they said, there's a release order for you. They are looking for you. So I didn't believe them. At first, I thought they were just playing around with me, because we used to do that every evening. But I didn't believe. But at last, I thought, let me just go and check. And I went up and I checked, and it was my name. It was my release order. So it happened within 1 year. I believe God answered my prayer. The day everyone was shocked, like, how are you going out of the prison? And I answered, like, even I don't know how I'm going. I packed my stuff and I just ran out of the prison. And once I was out, I joined my sister, since my sister was already into ministry. So I used to go around with them. I go to their ministry. I started like cleaning the hall and arranging chairs before the service. That is how I started. Today, I'm serving in a church and I'm leading a youth group in a church. I just want to encourage those who are watching this video. If you are going through what I have been through in my life, you can be set free today, just like I am free today. When you call unto His name and surrender your life to Him, your life will no more be the same. I have tested Him and He is good, and I have realized today that God is real and He loves us so much, and His love is unconditional and unfailing, and He will never stop loving us.